Okay, I am going to show you how to make the book jacket layout and the grid so you know what you're doing. I am going to open Photoshop. I'm going down here to open Photoshop. I can also come up here and type in Photoshop and hit return. I'm going to do a new file. The file is to be 8 inches wide. Make sure it's inches, not pixels. 5 inches high, 200 pixels per inch, and I do want a white background so I can see that you've covered everything. I'm going to call it book jacket. Hit create. Now I've got this. Now to make the first line, I'm going to put the spine lines in first. I need to make them on a new layer so I can take them off later and turn them off. So if you look up here, this is 0, this is 1600, which means 1 inch is 200 pixels. Okay, so if I need to go 3.5 inches, I am going to go to 700 for the line on the left. So I'm going to 700. I'm holding the shift key down and dragging this to make a straight line. Okay, and the next line is going to be at 900. So I'm going to click on the move tool so I'm not messing with the same line. Now I'm going to go to 900, hold the shift key, pull this down, and make the second line. Okay, so now we've got the line for where the book jacket, the spine is going to be. So this is going to be the front, this is going to be the back. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to make sure I save it somewhere where I know. So I am going to save it on my computer on the desktop because it's easy to find. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file on my desktop, and it should appear up here. It's right there. Okay, the next thing I am going to put in on a new layer is the rule of thirds on the back, because you will need the back. There used to be a custom shape up here where you could do the rule of thirds, but they don't unfortunately have that anymore, so you kind of have to put the rule of thirds in yourself. So we're going to do that with lines too. So I'm going back here, I'm going to pick lines. So this is 700. So we're going to divide 700 by 3 because we need 3 sections, and each section needs to be 233. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to do 250 just to be on the safe side. Hold the shift key, drag this down. There's one of the rule of thirds lines. Okay, so the next one is going to be at 500. Drag it down. Okay, now I need to make the lines in the other direction. Now we're at 0, and we are at 1000 over here. Okay, so over here, the first one's going to be at 333 roughly. We'll round it a little bit. And I'm going to hit the shift key, drag this over. Then I'm going to go down to next one's, so that's 330, 666 roughly. So we're going to start right here. Click shift, drag this across, and release. Okay, now I'm going to save this. So now you have your rule of thirds grid. Looks like these need adjusting a little bit. If they're not perfect, that's okay. Okay, so there's a general rule of thirds layout. So now we've got the back of the book, which you're going to need the rule of thirds. You've got the spine, and you've got the front of the book. And the nice thing about this is that at the end of the day, when you turn your assignment in, you can turn these off and then go to File, Save As, and then you'll save it on your computer. You'll save it as a PDF to turn in, and you won't have those lines on your book jacket. So that is how you make the general layout for your book jacket.